What's going on, everyone? iOS 12.1.2 just got released. We're going to take a look at it on the good old iPhone 5S, the trusted steed it is. This phone has been around so long. The fact that it's still getting updates is pretty insane. And I'll be honest, this update was kind of a surprise. I was not expecting it to come out this soon. We had iOS 12.1.1 come out last week, and Apple's kind of been on this train of kind of postponing their updates with iOS 12. I think they're thinking that there's not too much wrong with it, but there are still a lot of problems with it, I'll be honest. 12.1.2 is actually just a huge bug fix in and of itself. There were no added features, no huge improvements or anything like that, just bug fixes themselves. So I'll show you this. The update for my iPhone 5S came around 57.5 megabytes. Now this is coming from iOS 12.1.1. So if you're coming from 12.0.1 or iOS 12 or whatever, just pretty much add more memory onto that. I don't know how much more, probably like a couple hundred more megabytes, but I'll tell you that overall, if you're coming from 12.1.1, 57.5 megabytes is around the update that you should expect. Surprisingly enough, I did have iOS 12.1.2 beta 2 or beta 1 on my iPhone 10, and for some reason, I'm not able to update to the official version, which I don't really get it. I deleted the profile, everything, restarted my phone. For some reason, I'm not able to update it, so I'm kind of sad about that. Totally off topic though. So now according to the release notes, it pretty much just says they address an issue of connectivity with the iPhone XR, XS, and XS Max, but I honestly had the same connectivity issue that people were complaining about on my iPhone 10, so it could potentially be that iPhone 5S users would have potentially had the same problem too. Now, I'm not saying this is completely accurate or whatever, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I've seen some Reddit posts of people complaining about connectivity issues on other devices as well, including an iPhone 8. I think I've seen some for iPhone 7. iPhone 7s have so many problems, but those are the ones I've been seeing more recently. So that's pretty crazy. But in terms of performance and everything like that, it's expected to be pretty much the same. Like I said, this was just a bug fix release. So all those features, all those everything that were on iOS 12.1.1, even on iOS 12.1, they're going to stay intact. Nothing's been taken out. Performance, like I said, is okay. It's pretty much the same. I ran a benchmark, and I'll show you the score right now. On iOS 12.1.1, I had a multi-core score of 58,760, and I just reran it, and surprisingly, it did go up to 61,419. Now, it's been a minute since I've seen the iPhone 5S go above 60,000 points. That's a good sign. That means Apple is really taking care of this one, and I believe a couple times the iPhone 6 even slipped down to around the 60,000, so that's pretty awesome. At least the iPhone 5S is getting a little faster. On some of my other devices, I've noticed that the score actually went lower. The iPhone 6 went lower. The iPhone 6S, however, did go higher. So pretty interesting there. So what I'll tell you is that if you update to iOS 12.1.2, if you're coming from iOS 12.1.1, your multi-core score will be higher. If you're coming from a different version of iOS 12, it might be different. But again, the multi-core score isn't the end-all be-all. There's so many other parts of a phone that matter besides just the performance all the time and the multi-core score. So that's pretty much where I'll end it. If you're waiting for a jailbreak or something, I would honestly, I don't know how accurate this is, but you could probably update to iOS 12.1.2 if you're coming from 12.1.1 and still expect a jailbreak at the same time. I think 12.1.1 will be able to support the same jailbreak as 12.1.2 or vice versa. So, however, if you're coming from 12.1 or earlier, I mean, I would probably recommend you to stay there if you want jailbreak access in the future. But it is what it is. I mean, 12.1.2 is probably the safest option right now. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Man, hit that like button. That'll mean so much. But definitely hit that subscribe button. That'll mean even more. Every single subscriber we get really does count. And we lost 500 subscribers the other day because of YouTube's thing they just did. So we need to regain the 500, 600,000. We need to regain the 500 or 600 subscribers we lost. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those links are linked down below. I would really appreciate if you guys go and check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.